Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Bernicia Wright, and today I will be talking to you about a great lady named Meredith Grey. She comes from a show called Grey's Anatomy that I watch, and she is just this very beautiful woman. It's many words you can use to describe her: phenomenal, outspoken, driven, but my word for her is strength. To a lot of people, she's just an ordinary person, but her life is very interesting to say the least. I learned some things from her, and I'm pretty sure you can learn some things from her too. When she was just a child, she had issues with her mother. She lost her husband as an adult, and she also lost her best friend. She's not very open, so those were the people who were most important to her in life, and she lost all of them. But throughout that, she still remained a strong woman. Meredith Grey grew up inside the hospital because her mother, Alice Grey, was a phenomenal award-winning surgeon. She was literally vested in her work. Everything about her was work, surgeon, hospital. So Meredith grew up that way. She didn't really have that mother-to-child bond. When Meredith also was a child, on episode 4, season 11, her mother tried to commit suicide. Meredith was in the living room and she watched her mother slit her wrist, and she literally almost bleeded out on the kitchen floor. But Meredith called the ambulance and her mother's life was saved. That also pushed Meredith towards being a surgeon. When Meredith was an adult, her mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. On season 3, episode 17, her and her mother had times where they would meet up and her mother was in and out because her memory was not as good with the Alzheimer's. And sometimes Meredith would get through to her, and sometimes her mother wouldn't even know who Meredith was. So they had issues back and forth, and then her mother ended up having to come to the hospital where Meredith worked at. And when she came there, she ended up dying. This is also on episode 17, season 3. She ended up dying, and during her death, she spoke with Meredith through kind of like spiritually, and told Meredith that she was a beautiful person and she loved her and to go on with her life. Prior to that, Meredith slept around a lot. She had a one-night stand with Dr. Shepard, who worked at the hospital. At this time, Meredith had not started working at the hospital. She met him at a bar, season 1, episode 1, and it's called A Hard Day's Night. And she ended up taking him home and sleep with him, and next day going to work. When she got to work for her internship, she seen Dr. Shepard was an attendee at the hospital, and she was just like, oh my crap, I slept with this man last night, to another intern that happened to be there with her. And eventually they hit it off. She was standoffish at first, but eventually they hit it off, and he ended up proposing to her on episode 9, season 5, and that is called Elevator Love Letter. Meredith wasn't really lovey-dovey, so when he proposed to her, it was literally in the elevator. She said yes, then they ended up getting married on a postcard because she didn't want to go to the altar. At that time, they tried to build a family together, but she had issues bearing a child, so they adopted an African-American child from overseas. And after they adopted the child, she actually ended up getting pregnant. So that was beautiful, and they were happy. And during her birth, she almost lost her life because she started to hemorrhage. And her hospital staff and employees tried to help to keep her alive. She was under surgery for about probably 2 to 3 hours, but she stayed alive. As the season went out, her and her husband got closer together. They felt more and more in love, and then they wanted to make another baby. During the day, during episode 11, I believe, yes, it is episode 11, season 11, episode 21. Her husband, Dr. Shepard, had a trip to go on. And during his trip, he was injured in a car accident. Also on the same day, Meredith had found out she was pregnant, so she was waiting for his call, but she never received it, so she started to get nervous. She eventually got a call from a hospital in Seattle where they said that her husband was brain dead. When she got there, he couldn't talk to her or anything, and she took her 2 kids with her, and she said her goodbyes. Normally, Meredith had her friend Christina Yang to turn to, but being that Christina Yang had got a job in Switzerland as head of the hospital, she was no longer there. Christina Yang and Meredith Grey had hit it off on season 1, episode 1 also because they became interns together. And over time, they built this friendship, talking about staff, talking about the love life, talking about kids, and she was Meredith's daughter godmother also. So it was kind of hard not having her there. And in season 10, that's when she had left Yang. She left to go be the head of the hospital in season 10. So Meredith, she just didn't have anybody, but she still was strong. She still didn't give up, and she still came to work. with all of that going on. She even helped other people. So Meredith taught me that no matter what's going on in life, no matter what life throws at you, you keep going and you stand strong and you walk through it with strength. And I love that about her. Being that I'm a mother myself, and I know that it's hard raising kids. I lost my grandfather. I was trying to go to school. I was going to work, and it was overwhelming. But Meredith Grove helped me do it. So that's why I love her, and she's a great person.